Come on, we squeeze this.
My friend.
Now I want to hear your face.
Ghana, one thing of
Tell this side. And I walk through it.
Now I want to hear your face.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. What I take again, we are starting the video. Well, this is the suspected the murderer, and the father at police headquarters, AKWA State, Ibadan. We are here for a world press conference, and he has been paraded here by the police.
Here, this part.
Sorry.
Baba.
Well, as you can see, the boy doesn't even look bothered. I think the young man is brimming with confidence, and it doesn't even look like something terrible happened. I think it's a daredevil kind of look. You know, he's very young, a 20-year-old boy with the heart of a devil. And as you can see, honestly speaking, the confidence in the look is very ridiculous.
Okay, please. Just a minute.
Good afternoon, men of the press and yellow.
Good afternoon.
Please, you cannot stand there.
Please, don't just shift more.
The chief. Make I take this voice then.
Don't drop your phone. Drop it now. Drop it before it starts talking.
As you rightly say, we have journalists and CNN, and so we have this number. The essence is just to interact between. So it's an interface we'll be discussing.
I am fine with you. Oh, TVC. Okay, well done.
Yes, I just.
And you cannot access
Oh,
all right. Take your time.
Take it easy, bro.
all right.
Mr. TVC.
Which is my mic? Where's the mic, guys?
Your mic is this way. I understand you're not coming from Lagos.
I sent you something.
Take your time, don't worry.
I just sent you something.
Oh, sorry. You came late?
No.
Okay.
It's not done.
Sorry.
Gentlemen, are we good?
Yes.
Say good afternoon, pressmen, members of CLO, ladies and gentlemen. It has become expedient and necessary for us to have this press conference because of the recent happenings and what we have been seeing on the media. For the past 3 days, there's been, I will call it rumor, that has been going around that the prime suspect, Frank Akpan, in the murder of UNIOBONG UMOREN, that he has committed suicide in police cell. They even gave details on to the extent that he used his trouser. I don't know anywhere in the world where suspects are put in the cells with his trouser that he committed suicide using a trouser to hang himself in the cell. I've been inundated with several calls from all over the world as if police decided to bungle a direct case of murder. And that's why we have decided to call for this press conference so that you can see him. The man who is said to be dead is sitting down here, and maybe you'll be able to interact with him too. It's most unfortunate that the social media that is supposed to be an advantage to the police and to the citizenry has become a tool that is being used to vilify even the police and the government. It's most unfortunate. You all can see him, he's seated here. He's not dead, he's very much alive, hale and heavy. Well, you can recall that this whole incident started with the job Umoren was seeking to have from Akpan. And unfortunately, the whole thing went sour. The case was first reported as a case of suspected kidnapping. While on the trail of the so-called kidnappers, they went, ICT people went into the media because Instagram was used to facilitate their meeting. And at the end of the day, pictures of Frank and the father came up, and the DPO Uran division swung into action, arrested the father. By this time, Frank had escaped from the house through Oro to Calabar. Some of his relations, knowing fully well that the father is a bit ill, came to speak about the father to say, let them assist. The DPO Uran, who happens to be the SP, that one David who then is claiming is a police officer who conspired with Frank, was brought into the picture, and he joined the cousins to call him and talk to him to come back, because Frank kept denying that, he first denied that he did not even see the girl at all, but later he said he did not know anything about the girl. He was convinced by the DPO and the cousins to come back, and he came back through Oron from Calabar, and he was brought to the police station eventually. At this point, he was still denying. He kept denying, and at the end of the day, under serious questioning, he broke down and confessed to having killed the young girl. This made the case to change from anti-kidnapping to homicide department, which investigates murder. Immediately, he led police officers to the scene where they saw the shallow grave, and the body of the deceased, may her soul rest in peace, was exhumed. It was obvious that there was a struggle. I'm not surprised that Frank said, okay, he had carnal knowledge of her at the point, but I'm not surprised there were marks of violence on her abdomen and part of her head, which resulted in the death. The body was taken up and sent to the mortuary for autopsy, and autopsy has been done. I'm sad to announce that the body has been committed to Mother Earth today. They have sent to storage in peace.
There's a phone ringing.
At the end of the day, the social media has gone gaga with a lot of stories. It's even said that maybe Frank belongs to a group of ritualists or people who harvest body parts to sell. We all know where he was arrested. He does not even have the facilities to keep body parts, because if you want to harvest body parts and sell, from my little understanding of medicine, it must be kept under some conditions. But such things don't exist there, and it was said that a lot of bones, a lot of shallow graves were found in the compound, which investigation has not found to be so. And that's why even when I appeared on Arise Television, I asked the person who wrote that which bones, where did they find bones? At the end of the day, the investigation is still ongoing. We are not foreclosing anything. I will urge Nigerians, instead of going to the press or the media with unclarified or funny information, they should pass it on to the police. Police will investigate. We are still open to find out if it is true that Frank belongs to any body harvesting organization. It's open to, we are open, the investigation is open, the case file will eventually go to DPP, and eventually the justice will take its course. It is pertinent that we should mention all this so that people are not misled. A discrete investigation is still ongoing. It's at its, almost at its concluding stage, but we never close investigation until we go to court. So I'm still saying, I'm appealing to members of the public, if you have information on this issue, you don't have it open to it. Frank is here. Frank is not there. His father is by his side there for complicity, accessory after the fact. And at the end of the day, we believe justice will take its course. Thank you very much.
Okay. We're going to take questions. We'll take 3 questions. 3. You can do and go. We'll give you access to also question them and listen to the story of Frank so that you can get it right. So we'll take 3 questions. From here. Okay, you're going to be 1. Who is going to be the next person? You're going to be 2, and you are going to be 3. Okay, we'll take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are the first to have raised your hand. So let's hear from you. Now, you were, please, can you come this way? Madam, please, excuse us from that. Thank you. Stand here so that we can see.
The Commissioner of Police AKWA. My name is Tony Nelson. I report from Planet Earth. There was a story about other shallow graves within the premises of Brown. And then later on we cited you on TV, the ARG, where you dispute that in that. Nothing like that. We would like to...
Well, let me answer that immediately. We are police officers. We don't base what we do on rumor. We were at the site. Police exhumed the body. If there are shallow graves there, the particular shallow grave that the UNIOBONG was placed in was not more than 2 feet deep. And such a thing, we all know, even if you bury a goat 2 feet deep, after about 48 hours, the stench will not even allow you to, neighbors will know, somebody must know that something has happened there. I saw a BBC video, things that look like holes where they dug up yam are referred to as shallow grave. There are no shallow graves anywhere. There are no bones anywhere. That is the truth. But if anybody can show me any shallow grave there, you should go and show me, but I know there are no shallow graves. We went through the ground properly. Thank you.
Let's have the next question.
My name is Patrick. I'm interested in the result of the autopsy. The public will want to know at this juncture. What's the result of
The cause of death has already been ascertained by the autopsy. It has been ascertained, and at the end of the day, by the time we file our charges, you get to know it all. I want to tell you one thing. The police has nothing to gain by covering anything. We are not covering anything. I have never met a Frank before. He's a young man. My last child is even older than him. So I have no business. This is a murder case. You are talking of a human life lost. I cannot conspire with him to full investigation in any form. It will come the way it is, and we are going to report it as it is.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Isaac Jobarat for Delita. Last week, they told me the House of Representatives urged the General Police to bring the case to force quarters.
Yes.
Why is the suspect still in your custody despite the such?
It's a straightforward case. It's a very straightforward case. My headquarters have asked for a report, which we have done. We are Nigerian police officers. There's no difference between the officer in Force CID and State CID and even in the division. We all had the same training. Murder is murder. The same principles guard the investigation. They have not asked me to transfer it after I've sent the report. If they ask, it's even still open now. But the IG, in his infinite wisdom, did not find a need for it because at the end of the day, we are on the right course.
Yes, please. Yes, we are done. We are done. Thank you. We will now listen to the CP. The CP has his closing remarks, but we are done with questions.
Don't go further.
And we appeal to Nigerians that rather than going to the media with information, please inform the police what you have so that we can connect together and get to the root cause of the matter. Rather than imagine saying that the man has committed suicide. I have received more than 1,000 calls from within Nigeria and outside Nigeria saying that the man has committed suicide. Meanwhile, he is alive. So we should not peddle rumor. If a matter is happening or is being investigated or there is an occurrence, please get close to the police, inform the police, fill us in with your information. We will work on it. As I'm speaking to you, the investigation has not concluded. We are still going on. So if you have any information, please let us have it. Assist us so that we will all arrive at the same justice. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We thank you. We can now talk to. If you can shift back a bit. Just
please, sir, just wait. Just be patient with us. Please, sir, just wait for us.
If we will keep quiet, we will get this done in the next segment. Fundamentally, if you have questions, see, you are open. I would have loved to ask him, but let not be as if I'm asking questions for you. So we'll take 2-3 questions and we are also out of here. If you will allow us. Okay, so what was the first shot?
Just help me, sir. Sabi.
Let me go inside. Let me go inside.
Want to go inside?
Okay, please go ahead.
Let us arrange this well.
Wait now, let us get it well. Wait.
Wait now. Wait now.
I thought that we were together.
Why did you kill her?
Please look at the camera.
Owen.
Put on the look. Put on the look.
Owen. Owen under that thing.
Be audible.
What do you mean?
What do you mean by self-defense?
What do you mean by self-defense?
Owen. Look on mirror.
Go ahead, doctor.
Okay, Frank.
Please be
Tell us
audible.
what happened. Not really, just give us, let us know what happened on that day.
Then be audible.
What happened was that she came for a supposed job interview, which I used reverse psychology on her. I asked her whether she can work in the farm. I asked her whether she can work in the farm where hard drugs are kept. I asked her whether she can work in the farm where hard drugs are kept as a secretary. And she said that she can, that she's ready to do the job. So when she came, I revealed to her that this farm doesn't exist. You know, there's no farm like that. It was just a hut. Let me put it that way. So then I told her that before she leaves that I would like to have sex with her, and she agreed, but she gave a condition that I should use a condom, which I did. And while I removed the condom, she became furious and she took the nearby stabilizer to hit me on my head, and then she hit my left ring finger and tried to reach for the hole, screaming, tried to reach for the hole. So while I was bleeding, in a bid to stop her, I used the stabilizer to tap. And when I hit her, she fell and started bleeding. Then after she died.
So where did she hit you?
On my forehead.
Where is the wound? What did you do? Okay. You don't have. Now, how come this? You said she agreed to have sex with you and use a condom, and then all of a sudden she started to attack you. How did it happen?
I said that while I was about removing the condom, she became furious.
Why did you want to remove the condom? Yeah. Why did you want to remove the condom?
You injured her on her head. And what did you use to hit her? What did you use to hit her?
The same stabilizer she used to.
At what point was she screaming for help?
When I tried to remove the condom.
But you didn't use only stabilizer, you used something else. Say it.
Okay, that was an iron, a pressing iron.
Where did you use to hit? Where did you hit her?
On her abdomen part while she was fighting. So she held my. So the only way I could stop her was no hand. Which hand?
Was she your first victim?
Yeah.
No.
So how many people have you killed in that process?
Killed? I've not killed anybody. Say the one I've killed.
You said she was not your first victim. How many victims have fallen? How many girls, women, have you done that to? Whether they died or they did not die? How many so far?
The same reverse side.
Yes. How many?
Whether reverse or reverse?
About six.
What of that NYC shoes in your house?
The NYC shoes is a shoe my mom used when she was in NYC that we use for family. The shoe is used for family in the house. It's not a copper shoe. It's not as if a copper came out.
How did your father assist you in this case?
He did not assist me.
Do you live in that house?
So who helped you to bury her?
Did you hypnotize her with any substance?
No.
There's the number of exercise books and textbooks that are in that compound. Who owns them? Those books.
Those exercise books, those nursery and primary and secondary exercise books are owned by I and my sisters.
There are several names on them. None of it is your own name. Who are those people? Those names are not your name.
Several names. Different names.
There are no different names on them.
Absolutely
if you open them, you see either my name or my sister's name.
How about the red gown? The red gown in the room. Who owns it? There's a red gown in the room, in one of the rooms. Yes.
Why did you go into this?
What's your level of education?
I'm a university student.
What class are you reading? What level?
Did you graduate?
What subject? What course? What level?
Public administration.
What level?
Yeah.
How old are you?
20 years.
Please, what's your relationship with Kufre Fion?
Kufre Fion is my cousin.
And how did he help in this whole thing?
You called him on that day. What's the subject of conversation you had with him?
That was when I was coming back from Calabar, because initially in the morning I went to Calabar. So while I was coming back, to submit myself to the police, it was one that picked me up together with the DPO.
What's your conversation with him? What were you discussing?
Now, how do you feel about what has happened? Hello, dear.
My conversation with him was very short and simple. He texted me the number of the DPO of Iran that I should call him when I arrived with you. So I called the DPO of Iran when I arrived with you. And then I met with them and they picked me. They picked me in Kufre's vehicle.
Where did they pick you?
At Shelter Africa Junction.
When you kill her, why do you go and dock a grave to the better? Why not take it to the police or report to the police that somebody has died in your house?
I was very scared to do that because I thought maybe the whole scenario would be successful.
So, initially, what was your motive? Before you asked her to come to get the job, what was your motive? What was in your mind initially?
Initially, I used reverse psychology because I've had very bad experiences with wrong sales and prostitutes. So I used reverse psychology on her. I asked her whether she can work in a farm where hard drugs are kept, and she accepted. She told me that she's marijuana and cocaine. So I felt that that's the best way to revenge on prostitutes and wrong girls.
Have you been patronizing prostitutes?
No, I used to.
Now, how do you feel about what is done? What if you are before the whole world? How do you feel?
I'm not happy about it, but I believe that the Commissioner of Police is working with his men, and he has assured Nigerians, has assured IBOM'S and the entire world that justice is good. So you guys should just hold on.
Was your father around when this thing occurred? Your father been not there when this thing happened?
No, he wasn't around.
How about your sister? Is she involved?
Are you remorseful? Are you remorseful of the entire incident?
Yes,
But you don't sound and look remorseful.
You said if
you don't,
you said justice should prevail. Now, if
What
that
is
justice
justice?
means
Taking your life,
taking
or paying,
your life, will you
for it?
readily agree to losing your life?
Yes.
Were you in love with the girl?
No.
So what is your advice?
I think we are done.
Advise the young men.
What is your full name? You say, let's speak with the father. Can we speak with the father?
Can you advise young men?
Can we speak back? Please, don't monologue me alone.
Don't the father's face to this way.
Yeah, can he still touch that? We can.
Sir, please, what's your name?
Where are you from?
Please, we don't have business here. Leave, I beg.
Where in Oran?
You mean that she's us?
Please, let's keep quiet now.
Were you aware of what your son did?
I wasn't aware. I'm not happy about it.
It's fine, I can't get him. Please get
I
him.
wasn't aware.
So at what point do you know about this incident? At what point?
When I was asked to recall him, when police came to my compound, checked the compound, they didn't say anything. So I was invited to come and make a statement at the Uran police station. I did. So I was asked to call him immediately, and I called him back. So when he now arrived, I was allowed to interact with him. He told me that he did something wrong and that he's sorry. I was blaming him. Why do you do this? We are not the only child. I have 2 other children, and they are women. They are graduates. One is finishing, one is just starting. If anybody does this to their sisters, would you like to say no? So he was very...
Were you in the house when this is?
I wasn't in. I went to town.
Is that your house, sir?
Yes, it's my compound.
Do you live there?
Yes, I live there.
It is reported that nobody has access, that ever had access to that compound.
It's always locked.
It's always locked.
That is not true.
That's what the neighbor said.
That is not true. Well, that's what we have a borehole in that house. All the people in the street, they fetch water from there. We have plenty of fruits and vegetables in that compound. We give out fruits free. So it's just unfortunate.
Why are you aware that your son has been
It's a
into
family
this?
business.
No.
That you are involved.
I'm not.
He said he has taken advantage of over 6 girls, and you never, for once,
And you stay in that house.
I'm not aware about that. The reason is I just relocated. We just relocated from Abuja. I've not been around for 30 years. We've been living outside here. So we just relocated because I've been retired. So it's not up to even 2 years we fully relocated.
So where do you retire from?
Okay, from the ministry.
Which ministry?
Federal Ministry of Health.
As?
My position?
Yes.
Okay, Deputy Director. So once in a while, some other official assignment take me out, even though I've retired. Like, for instance, the health records record of Nigeria. You know, that's our parasite record us to come and do supervision. So that's what takes me out. Then if I'm not around, my other children, they are always around, especially during holidays. They are at home.
Okay, information got in that initially you were arrested while they were still in search of your son who was at large.
No,
did you give information to the police about
yes,
whereabouts of
yes, immediately. I said, Ubak says he's going to Calabar. They now said I should call him. So I called him back and he came back. It was when he now came back that they now asked me to go. And so they now say they are going to interrogate Ubak.
Everybody is asking for justice. And what we tend to understand by justice in murder case is the person should die. You also request for that justice.
Well, it depends on the system. I'm not happy about what my child has done. I don't even believe this can happen to me. After I send them to school, try to bring them up. Yeah, justice can be done if the system so permits.
Your son says Kufrefion played a very integral role in his arrest. You also say you called him back to Calabar, from Calabar. Which one should you take? Your son said Kufrefion asked him to come back. You are now telling us you called your son to come from Calabar.
Yes, I called him now when I was asked to come and make police statement. They brought a phone, showed me 2 pictures, said, who among these do you know? I said, this is my son. So as we were going to the police station, they said, since he has gone to that, I should recall him. I called him and
with your number?
Yes.
It's record of the number dialing his phone over the past.
No, I didn't call his number. His phone was off. I called the sister as soon as we got around.
I thought you said you
What is your
call
phone name?
What is your phone name? Call him to come back. Now you're calling his sister.
Sir, who is belong to you?
Kufrefion is the son to my brother. One of the sons to my brother.
And this is
This is my only son.
how many children do you have?
I have 3.
Sorry, can we get him again?
Frank Rockman.
Frank, that's how I'm.
Full name.
Yes.
How many years old are you?
Organ harvesting. No.
But it has been rumored that you've traded the business for years.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you. We are done. Carry on.